frontrunner. Super Week kicks off in prime primary coverage. Hosted by Chris Matthews and Keith Olbermann. MSNBC coverage continues.
Not every day they see this. Snow piling up. We're live in places that don't see snow that often.
Plus, a new report shows salmon are disappearing from California waterways, and that could mean severe restrictions on fishing.
And we'll tell you how a new federal initiative that could keep thousands of homeowners out of foreclosure. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Walker.
And I'm Edie Lambert. KCRA 3 reports at 6 starts now in high definition.
You're watching KCRA 3 HD, where the news comes first. Now, KCRA 3 reports at 6 in high definition.
From the Sierra to the Valley, we have seen wet weather across Northern California. Most of us got soaked today with off and on showers, and that same system has been dropping snowflakes in low elevation communities. In fact, we have heard reports of snow as low as 1,300 feet.
We've got Weather Plus team coverage for you tonight on the gray skies and that low snow elevation. Tom Duhane is live in Apple Hill. KCRA 3's Pamela Wu is in a very snowy Grass Valley tonight, but we begin with Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan. Mark?
And even though we haven't seen some rain in the valley today, it hasn't been all that heavy. Sacramento's only picked up 1/10 of an inch and similar amounts in other parts of the valley. The real story today has been the snow, not in the mountains where it has been snowing. The real story is the snow down low. Let's go to KCRA 3 live triple Doppler. And as you can see, the foothills and the Sierra are still blanketed in white. And let's just take you on a tour up and down the foothills. Let's start on Highway 50. It has been a mixture of rain and snow in Placerville. Now, earlier today, it was down around Shingle Springs and Cameron Park, but it changed over to light rain, and that's why you see Shingle Springs there in just green. But we also had snow in Cameron Park and Rescue and other places up toward Cool along Highway 49. Farther to the south along Highway 88, same story. We've been seeing snow down the hill into places that don't see it all that often. Down on Highway 4, we saw snow in Murphy's, although it does appear to be maybe mixing a little bit. Snow in Twain Hart and snow down onto Highway 120 into Groveland. Let's go back farther to the north, and yeah, we're going to go past Placerville along Highway 49, where again they've been seeing snow in Cool, in Georgetown, and in Colfax, and then we're going to go to Grass Valley. That highway between Auburn and Grass Valley, Highway 49, been getting a lot of snow today, as well as Highway 20 between Grass Valley and Nevada City. For more on what's been going on in a very snowy Grass Valley today, let's go to KCRA 3's Pamela Wu.
And Mark, in our last hour, we were commenting that this snow is Blue Canyon worthy. That assessment hasn't changed since 5 o'clock. Right now, I'm in the parking lot of Sierra College, and we're going to give you an overhead look right now from the mast cam that is atop our live vehicle. This college and other schools in the area called a snow day because driving in this stuff is very dangerous. And today, a lot of drivers learned that the hard way. The roads across parts of Nevada and Placer counties were so treacherous today, even this backhoe was not immune. The driver sustained minor cuts to his face when the vehicle flipped over. As for daily commuters,
I think I'm going to have a tough time getting home.
This is pretty steady. Yeah, it almost makes me want to go home right away before I get stuck.
Stuck like Randy Rakowski of Grass Valley.
Oh, it just slid right off the road right here. Just hit snow and just went right off.
A good Samaritan helped free her car.
No.
To avoid a snowy traffic jam at dismissal time, Nevada Union High School made the unusual move of sending kids home mid-morning. Sierra College in Grass Valley canceled classes as well. A rare snow day for an area that only occasionally sees white winter weather.
Oh, yes, I think it's beautiful. You want to build a snowman?
You could totally build a snowman here. That's absolutely true. In our last hour, we wiped some snow off of this vehicle so that you could see how much fell. And you can see that about another inch or two has accumulated since the last hour. Now, schools in this area say they're going to see how much more snow falls overnight before they decide whether they're going to cancel classes again tomorrow. They're going to have their automated phone system call parents very early tomorrow morning if they do. Reporting live in Grass Valley, I'm Pamela Wu. Now let's turn it over to my colleague, KCRA 3's Tom Duhane at Apple Hill. Hi, Tom.
Hi there. We're up along Highway 50 in Apple Hill. I spent a lot of time at Blue Canyon, and I got the same comment. This looks like a Blue Canyon night. Just take a look at all the snowfall coming down. We got swirling snow. We're right along Carson Road, a road that a lot of people take when they come up to visit all the Apple Hill orchards and take a look at the road and then the tree across the way. You can see the wind still blowing. That tree is dropping a lot of the snow. It accumulates, but it is accumulating here. Just take a look here on the ground. This is snow that's just fallen in the last hour or so. That's another inch or so since we've been here. Now, let me show you what it's like a little further up the road. At the 4,000-foot level, Pollock Pines was in midwinter form. About 4 inches of fresh snow to the delight of most residents.
Yeah.
Just wanted a little more snow, huh?
A little bit more snow, and the kids love it. You know, it's just, I was telling the checker in there, it's better than the rain. They can go out and play.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Go sledding, because we have lots of hills.
Up here, it was even a good day to take your dog for a walk.
We can't get enough of this stuff. As long as it doesn't rain, you know, I don't like the rain, I like the snow.
In Camino, at 3,000 feet, it's been snowing all day, 2 to 3 inches worth, causing local schools to declare a minimum day to get the kids home early. Does the short day translate for a short day for you?
No. No, we're here until every kid gets picked up and are taken care of, and usually on a day like this, we're not doing anything else.
In Apple Hill today, Boa Vista Orchards kept their store open with a fire going to sell produce and pies and hot drinks to a few but very appreciative customers.
I'm a city boy, though. You know, I like to walk out the door to the corner bar, but it's a great place to visit. I love it. It's nice. Good apples.
This is wonderful. It kind of looks like it should be Christmas time all over again.
Nearby, Boger Vineyards had some snow on the vines today. And in Placerville, there was light, wet snow during the day. Most of it didn't last, but it did make an appearance. And by the way, I'm told that this snow and this cold weather is actually very good for the vines and good for all the fruit trees. It causes what they call a nice cold set, and that sets them up for a nice warm spring. So maybe a good crop ahead, especially with all this extra moisture. Reporting live in Camino at Apple Hill, I'm Tom Duhane. Back to you.
Our resident wine expert, Mark Finan, very happy to hear about that. Tom, thank you. In the valley, meantime, we saw a lot of rain today, and the storm totals from the past week or so are starting to add up. Here's what it looked like in South Sacramento. Our cameras caught this scene at Reichmuth Park this morning. One soccer field was flooded with up to 2 feet of standing water. It was enough that we actually saw garbage cans floating by.
In the meantime, the roadways just wet enough to slow up drivers during the evening commute here. And Traffic Post 3 reporter Ryan Dish is here now for a look at the ride back home, right?
Yeah, nobody likes driving on the wet roadways, and that's pretty much what we have right now. Good evening to you in Citrus Heights. We're looking at Madison Avenue at sunrise. The headlights here, this is actually Madison Avenue looking towards the east. So these guys are facing westbound. And here's Sunrise Boulevard. See, everything seems to be moving okay, but we're pretty much at capacity right now on all of our area freeways. I-5, 99, very, very heavy, leaving out of the downtown area. Highway 50 is actually very heavy, coming away from Capital City Freeway all the way out towards Rancho Cordova. So we don't really have a break right now with the congestion. But other than that, just being the wet roadways, we don't really have too many things to worry about throughout Sacramento. So very, very quickly, if you're going to be traveling up in the Sierras, the chain controls, they are definitely in effect. So if you're going to be driving, or if you have plans or friends coming down from Highway 70, you're going to be chaining out outside of Blairdson to Portola. I-80, you're chaining up outside of Colfax. Highway 50 chains required outside of Placerville. And Highway 88, don't forget, you're chaining up just outside of Pine Grove. That's low, and those chain restrictions last all the way to Highway 89. Back over to you.
Ryan, thanks. And of course, conditions change pretty frequently. So for traffic and weather updates anytime, you can log on to our website, which is KCRA.com. You'll find the latest Doppler images, your forecast, and access to our Skycam 3 network of cameras.
Police have arrested the parents of an 8-week-old baby after she was found starving to death. Auburn police are saying that the baby lost a third of her body weight, was dehydrated, malnourished, and near death when the baby was brought in for a checkup. The child's parents, Abraham and Monica Mark, were charged with 1 count each of felony cruelty to a child. Both are now being held on a $250,000 bail. Well, Governor Schwarzenegger today praised federal lawmakers for passing an economic stimulus package he says will pump up California's faltering economy.
It was the economy and the related issue of health care that dominated the governor's appearance today before the Sacramento Press Club. KCRA 3's political reporter Kevin Riggs joins us now with more. Kev?
Edie Day facing a gloomy year of budget cuts. The governor praised that federal package of tax relief as necessary medicine, and he made a further pitch to revive his health care reform plan. The governor did not assign blame today, but said California's souring economy is no reason to abandon a comprehensive health care reform bill.
Because of the Senate vote yesterday, the issue is not going to go away. It is absolutely necessary to continue on and to look at that as a marathon run, and that is the last mile, and we got to do it.
In his annual appearance before the Sacramento Press Club, the governor said he's not interested in pursuing health care in baby steps, such as covering uninsured children, saying that would doom the outcome.
So when you do it in fragmented ways and in piecemeal it, then it becomes kind of the special interests going to say, I am going to go lobbying other legislators to change this one thing that really would benefit me and no one else. And that is the problem that has been in the history of health care.
Keep it covered and clean.
His reform plan, which would require all Californians to buy health insurance, was scuttled yesterday in the Senate Health Committee over budget concerns on the state's worsening budget.
The spending line and the revenue line. So there is no indication that they ever come together.
Schwarzenegger argued for reforms to reduce the boom-bust nature of the state's spending, and he praised President Bush's economic stimulus package on the eve of a rare meeting with the president.
So the president is going to come out tomorrow. I will be spending some time with him talking about those issues, including trade.
The governor will meet at midday tomorrow with the president at a flight center in Torrance near LAX before heading to the GOP presidential debate being held at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley. Dave?
All right, Kevin, thank you. One of the topics the governor touched on today was the housing crisis here in California. Foreclosure rates are soaring, and the sale of new homes has now plunged to record lows. To help struggling homeowners, the president wants to reform the FHA and raise federal home loan caps. KCRA 3's Chris Riva has more on that and what it means to homeowners.
Neighborhood by neighborhood, this is the sign of the times. Too many homes for sale or sitting in foreclosure.
This is really one of those things where you can't see the problem when you're in an office building. You drive around some of the neighborhoods, you can see it graphically.
Today, members of the governor's administration voiced supports for the stimulus package in Congress. Part of the deal would be to increase federal loan caps, like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and FHA loans.
So it's not a short-term fix. There's no silver bullet that's going to fix it for everyone. But with this collection of strategies that are being put in place, we have a real opportunity now to turn things around.
This plan helps Californians because the median home price here is so high.
It will definitely help California because we need to move that inventory. We need to make sure that people are still willing and able to buy their homes. This backs that.
And with 2 million subprime loans nationwide scheduled to reset this year, the higher cap could help those impacted to qualify for a government-backed loan.
Sacramento is one of the areas in the state that's been particularly hard hit by the mortgage crisis, including the significant rise in foreclosures. And when you look at the median cost of homes in this area, again, we have a number of homes that are priced in a way that are going to benefit from the proposals that are now talked about in Congress.
Many hoping a higher cap will infuse life into a sluggish housing market. In Sacramento, Chris Riva, KCRA 3 reports.
And by the way, California is now offering some help for any families that are facing foreclosure. There is a foreclosure prevention workshop tonight in Roseville. That began just a few minutes ago at the community center there. And if you can't make that, there are 2 more workshops on the way. One is February the 16th at San Joaquin Delta College in Stockton, and another scheduled in Sacramento at the Antioch Progressive Baptist Church.
Just into our newsroom, the Associated Press is now projecting that John McCain is the winner of the Florida primary, edging out Mitt Romney, and we'll see what this means for the Giuliani campaign. Rudy Giuliani had put all his eggs in that basket, and so we could see a candidate collapse here after tonight.
And for Mike Huckabee as well.
That's another
one. Only one in Iowa. More on that still to come tonight. And talk about a rough night. A burglary suspect is spending a night in jail after he fell into a freezing pool, then got caught hiding in a garbage can.
And an unprecedented collapse. That's what state leaders are calling a new study of California's salmon population. And now there could be huge restrictions in the fishing season.
And coming up tonight at 6:30 here on KCRA 3. California's presidential primary now just a week away. Tonight, Governor Schwarzenegger's take on the candidates and his hint at an endorsement.
First of all, I'm not conflicted. I have my favorite.
So who stands to gain the most with the stamp of approval from the governor? Then tar balls rolling up on Bay Area beaches, where they can be coming from, and what's being done to clean up the mess.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Sleep Train Mattress Centers, your ticket to a better night's sleep.
Someone is betting on
the Republican primary there. This is a crowd right now at his campaign headquarters there, set ready to celebrate in Miami. He did beat, according to the Associated Press, Mitt Romney. Right now, only half the precincts reporting, putting McCain up 36 to 32%. Associated Press again declaring John McCain the winner of Florida. He will now have 57 delegates, which is quite a boost going into Super Tuesday, 1 week from today. Palace?
Brandy, now a pop quiz. What is more green for the environment, a tall group of redwood trees or solar panels on a home? Well, a pair of feuding neighbors wants the courts to answer that exact question. You see, one Bay Area couple is taking issue with a state law that protects their neighbor's right to sunshine on their solar panels.
It's green versus greener. About
agreements. They're good for public safety, good for local communities, and good for our state. Thank you.
Yes on 92. Lower community college fees without raising taxes.
Yeah, I went to community college. Gotta get back to work.
Spanish language closed captioning is sponsored by the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Find it all.
Here's a look at what we're working on when KCRA 3 next reports here at 6 o'clock tonight. Suffering salmon numbers. A new report says the salmon population in California is collapsing and now at its lowest number in years. They are now calling for drastic measures.
Well, big news today for anyone between the ages of 4 and 16. Hannah Montana is changing her name. Entertainment Tonight is reporting the 15-year-old singer and actress who plays the immensely popular Disney Channel character has officially changed her name.
Okay, now take notes. Born as Destiny Hope Cyrus, she was always smiling as a child, so she got the nickname Miley. That is short for Smiley. Now she's changed her legal name to Miley Ray Cyrus to honor her father. That, of course, is singer Billy Ray Cyrus.
And now you know. Next, NBC Nightly News.